Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we'll continue aiding the Eastemnet. So, on the previous episode, we completed the quest in the Sudcrofts. You can see these three quests that I have completed are from the last part of the previous episode, the last fishing quest, and now we are ready to continue aiding the Entwash Vale. So we can actually take the stable mastering here, and since we are already allied with the Entwash Vale, we can take the swift travel to Eaworth and begin working our way towards those quests in the Entwash Vale. Okay, here we are, right next to the quest givers, which you can see are right in front of the mid-hole of Eaworth. We'll need to talk to them, but since we only have 2 spots available for today, we need to check which quest to pick. So these are the public instances of the Entwash Vale.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
The Siege of Eaworth. Oh yeah.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Here we have the mounted combat quest, and here we have some of the miscellaneous quests. But we're only gonna do 2 of them today, and that will be then the public instances. Let us begin.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
The Haycliff is a place that I wish we could completely avoid, but the frogs within are too special. The tunnels allow for a slime to grow upon them, and we have found that it has no equal when it comes to treating wounds. Venture within the Haycliff and return with several of these frogs. They are shy and quick, but can be caught if you are persistent.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The wood trolls within the Haycliff are brutal creatures, dark, perverted nature brought to bear among the rotten, dead wood of the forest. To continue to use the Haycliff for its resources, the wood trolls within must be culled and brought back to earth from whence they came. Head to the Haycliff and defeat the wood trolls you find there. Let us go inside. Okay, I have no recollection at all of this place. Wow. Hopefully that'll be enough to defeat those guys. And there, you can see there was a frog ahead of us. We just need to take care of these trolls. This one, the Haycliff, is really a short one because you don't need to defeat that many trolls. And for the most part, frogs are easy to find. We missed our chance with the one that was right over here, it seems. Maybe it came this way? No. Awesome. So, let us keep looking for the frogs. It seems then that if you are not fast enough, you can miss them, and we of course don't want that. Where are the frogs? Of course they were gonna... Oh, for Christ's sake! Can these roots die, please? Frog. Okay, there is no. My bad. Come on, how hard can it be to find a couple frogs? Do I need to kill every single troll in this area? That wouldn't help that much, since this is a public instance. They risked it. And I already have all the trolls I need. I truly couldn't care less about these guys. Ah, finally a frog in here. And of course, this stupid guy was gonna stun us when we were so close. But there we got. Oh, it seems I was a little bit too reckless with this. Come on! Wake up! Wake up! Christ! So yeah, if you are fast and lucky enough, you don't need to suffer that much with this, but otherwise, yeah, you will be fighting a lot of trolls, and this not what I wanted. Come on, come on. And this rope, is this the exit? You cannot do that in combat. Alright. Nope, that was not the exit, so let us exit the instance on our own. And of course, now that you have all the frogs, another one will pass right beside us. Murphy's Law.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You did not eat any, did you? The slime will help with our freshest batch of wounds, but we will need more soon.
What brings you to these lands?
Until the enemy is driven from these lands, I fear the wood of the Hickcliff will continue to fight against us. Alright, I'm using here that we have unlocked a new deed, of course, 8 in the Entwash Vale. There are 11 quests here in the Entwash Vale, so this is actually not gonna take us as long. And this seems this will be a really short episode. But other than completing the 8 in the Entwash Vale that we also need to do, you might remember there is the matter of the fog water in Fangorn that we also need to discover. So as soon as we're done with the dailies, we'll be back in Fangorn to complete this deed as well. However, that will have to wait a little bit longer. I'll be back with you when this quest, when the wrapper has reset, so that we continue working on this Entwash Vale quest. Very well, a new day of dailies is upon us. Which quest will we do now? Let us do Siege of Eaworth. So what can you tell me about the Siege of Eaworth?
These lands.
Eaworth has suffered much in early battles with our enemy. They have set up a great war camp on the ridge just to the south of us, and there is naught to do about it but wait for them to come out and march forward. While the town may be burned, so long as the beacon stands, we shall defend it. Let their catapults launch, let their arrows fly, let them come. I shall be waiting.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
The Uruks from the south are preparing to march upon this town once more. I can see the vile catapults rolling out of their encampment as we speak. This town cannot withstand much more punishment. Their siege weapons must be dismantled, or we will not have a town left to defend. Join me on the battlefield and we shall defend what is ours.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Though the southern half of Eaworth burns, we have held the remainder of the town. The enemy desperately wants to see it turn to naught but ash. They march again upon our walls. They must be driven back and the town must be defended once more. Let us go. Are you ready to defend Eaworth? Of course. So, what now? Okay, these are the catapults. Like trying to avoid those catapults. Ah, okay. Here they are. And here we have the Uruk in command of this location. Okay. So this seems to be a short quest. Maybe, I mean, the 4 catapults that you need to destroy are really close to each other. There's really not much to it, not like what we did previously on the Hay Cliff. Finding the frogs, well, it's a random thing. You may or may not be able to get them. But we don't seem to have the same issues in here. Except these friggin' taunts and silences. Just die. You just gotta find the remaining Uruks and take care of them. My question now is if these Uruks are out in the open or inside the camp, and it seems they come from the camp. So if you can actually cut their advance as they come, that would be really great. One more Uruk. I think I saw an archer in here, so yeah. So that it can be shorter, the fight. Okay, that's it. Let us leave the instance now.
What brings you to these lands?
The destruction of those catapults should delay the next assault for several days. A valuable amount of time to rest and rebuild.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
For today, the town has been secured and the attacks repulsed. Tomorrow will bring new battles, but now we rest. Let's go with the Living Deep.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Goblins are clever creatures, dastardly in their approaches to war and the battlefield. Unlike the orcs who walk about within the forest itself, the goblins have taken to the caves and are destroying the forest from below with their sorcerous black powder. The goblins plant the barrels, then the soil explodes out and the trees fall into the tunnels below. They are then dragged to feed the enemy's war machine. The forest cannot defend itself from this destruction. Heading to the Living Deep, Find the black powder, drag it to a safe place, and destroy it.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
The Living Deep has been invaded by the sappers of the enemy. Foul goblins skittering about through the caves, assaulting the forest from below. The more of the forest that they claim, the greater their war machine becomes. To defend ourselves, we must strike at our enemy, head into the Living Deep, and defeat the goblins within. Let me know when you're ready to venture into the forest and enter the Living Deep. Yeah? How this one works. I truly don't remember any of the Eaworth dailies. So this is the barrel of black powder, yeah, but do we pick this up now and try to bring it down to the central chamber? Do we clear the way and come back? There's no hurt in trying this, I guess. Yeah, okay. That was really quick. Really simple, actually. So now we only need to find the goblins. Like this guy here. Oh, come on. Well, there seems to be an abundance of black powder barrels that we no longer need. But what about the goblins? We could use a few more of them. Maybe through this passage? Okay, that's it for the goblins. Cool, cool. Let us go back then to Dernstan and complete this as well.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
More black powder will come, but any effort to slow the enemy's advance is a victory for us.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
They will return, I have no doubt. But for tonight we can't sleep without the ground rumbling. Awesome. Level worsted 43, great.
Our success depends upon our strength.
Let us do the mounted combat one to finish this day. If we have any hope of reclaiming Thornhope for the people of Rohan, the road to the north must be kept clear and open. If we cannot travel along those paths, then there is no chance Thornhope will be ours ever again. The road is currently being patrolled by groups of mounted Uruks. Roving bands move through the hills to the east and west to the road itself. While the enemy holds this ground, Thornhope will never return to our control. Speak with me when you are ready to ride north. Let me know when you are ready to depart for the road to Thornhope. Once again, this is another public instance. We need to defeat some Uruks in here. Let us go. That's one. Whoa! Dismounted him. Inclined, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Because until we spend more points in our war stick training, I think we will be better off fighting these enemies like this. Over here. I don't know which one I think works better. Let us try the worsted one more time. Get in position. Yeah, much more better. Okay, we have defeated all the enemies that we needed, but we still have aggro on one guy, so we can try and look for the horse that will lead us out of the instance instead of trying to do this on our own. Yeah, return to Eaworth. This is the guy we needed. That's it, and that way we don't need to fight that other guy. We're gonna dismount.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
The road to Thornhope is not yet cleared, and more battles are yet to be fought. But you have won some great victories today. Great, so here you can see we're only missing 4 quests for this aiding the Entwash Vale. And that'll come, well, we'll need to wait another day for this, but I'll be back with you as soon as I'm ready to continue doing this quest. Alright, a new day of dailies has begun, and we will complete aiding the Entwash Vale today. So let us begin by talking to Dernstan and doing the Ent Walk.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
The orcs are destroying not just the trees of Fangorn, but are also trapping and slaughtering the small animals and creatures who live within the eaves. They have laid traps all over the forest floor that are filled with squirrels and foxes waiting to be gathered up and cooked for dinner. Head into the Ent Walk, destroy these traps, and free the animals who are held within.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
A large group of orcs has been working within the Ent Walk, a section of forest along the east of Fangorn. Every tree the orcs cut down is another volley of arrows, part of a siege weapon or piece of palisade. We cannot allow them to have these resources unchecked. Head into the forest and disrupt their activities by defeating any orcs you find within the Ent Walk. Oh, the Ent Walk. Back when this quest rotated on a daily basis and they were random in the rotation, there was no guarantee which quest you would get every day, and of course each server had its issues getting one particular quest to appear. So in the case of Elendilmir at least, the culprit was the Ent Walk. I really don't remember how many days we spent waiting for the Ent Walk to appear in the rotation. Remember that I told you that Blackroot. Okay, he's helping us. Okay, so remember that I told you that back in the day it would take you about 45 days to complete the entire of Hytbold, supposing that you would get a perfect run. A perfect run means that you complete all the quests in all regions of Rohan so that you get the extra tokens from completing the deed, and in the process getting with kindred with all the factions. Well, the issue was not getting with kindred with all the factions, the issue was getting the friggin' Ent Walk to appear. The issue was even brought up on the forums, and people were asking GMs and devs to manually add the quest in the rotations because all servers were having similar stories. What the heck did you what? Man, I'm working with you. Okay, lesson learned. So as I was saying, each server had its own issue with a quest, asking the GMs to manually do them for them, double checking if there was any bug in the quest. The devs did check and said on the forums everything was working as intended. But yeah, that system needed a rework because there's no way that having to wait 20 or 30 days for a quest to appear is working as intended or is considered fun. So I think the devs at least have made a better job at it in future iterations of this kind of systems, in which each quest, the quest rotate constantly. You can determine when you will get a particular quest, and it took them a while to come to this system because Wildermoor still has a random rotation, or still had at launch, from what I remember. And the same with other areas in Fangorn and Dolamroth. Yeah, it was not ideal. But the later areas that were added in the game that have these kind of systems, they do rotate the quest on a predictable basis. So for example, Elder Slate and missions. There are 80 missions, but they come in groups of 10. So you only need to be patient, and not excruciatingly patient, as we were with some of these quests. But yeah, that was the end work. Defeating orcs, praying animals. It was really nothing special, but when you finally get it done after waiting for so long, it feels so satisfying.
You to these lands.
The animals in the forest deserve to have their chance to live and not be eaten by the foul creations of the enemy. The orcs are still within the endwalk and placing more traps, I am sure, but saving even a few squirrels and foxes is a victory.
Our mission is dire.
Many more orcs will come to the endwalk and will replace those defeated today, but for now you have afforded us a short respite. Now we only need to find resupplying the line and the beacon of Eaworth.
Our success depends upon our strength.
The assaults on this town have been unending. Every day the enemy marches out with a new force. Catapults and siege weaponry have shattered many of our defenses. The towers in the south have been devastated. Many have been destroyed, while the standing ones are no longer accessible from the ground. Our archers still stand at the tops of those towers and loose down upon our enemies. They are valiant warriors, but they are running out of arrows. We have strung up ropes from one of the standing towers to the tops of the others, but they are thin, and Crevine are assaulting any who attempt to cross. Go to the top of the western tower, grab a stack of arrows, and make your way across the ropes, avoiding the Crevine and resupplying the archers in the southwest tower.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
And the beacon of Eaworth. The beacons have long served to alert the peoples of Gondor and Rohan to the presence of an enemy and to call for aid. The beacon here at Eaworth has been burning for several weeks now. In one of the recent assaults, the beacon tower was struck by a catapult. I fear it may have been damaged and is no longer structurally sound. If the beacon were to collapse, the people of the Wisdomnet would be left unaware of the assaults happening upon our lands. Climb the outside of the beacon from the base to the peak, and examine the timbers to ensure they are safe and secure. So each area of the Eastern Mid has its own flavor of a daily quest. The stat crops, as we have seen, well, every area has public instances and mounted combat to defeat enemies, but then each one has its own flavor. So for example, the stat crops has okay, this is the entrance. Yeah, the stat crops has fishing. There were 4 fishing quests in the stat crops. The Entwash Vale has this sort of navigation, a kind of platformy quest that not a lot of players were fans of. Like, yeah, you can really easily fall from this. The Crevines can push you, I don't remember, but maybe there was some wind that can also make you fall from this. So yeah, a lot of players were very vocal in their dislike of this Entwash quest. So you need to really make a run for it. Yeah, that was a freaking wind, I believe. Or maybe it was a Crevine, I'm not sure. I think it would be better to zoom out a little bit. Yeah, the freaking Crevines, too. We don't leave anyone in peace. So you gotta be careful not to get in their way, because they do that. They freaking push you and make you drop the arrows. Oh, come on. And this isn't that hard when you have been doing this for a few days, well, for a few weeks. and know your way around it, but when you're doing this for the first time, like in forever, God, I didn't remember this being so hard. Can we not kill those stupid birds? This might take a while. I might need to to cut to the successful one if I keep failing many more times. No, 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 no! Oh! What are you doing? That was a really good one. But I think what you need to do is, yeah, wait for them to fly by. Yeah, like this. So you need to wait for the Crevine to fly by, and then you cross the rope. Once again, wait for the Crevine to fly by, like that. And yeah, that way you bring it to the tower and resupply it. That was really it. Because you see, it's not difficult when you know how to do it. When you don't know how to do it and you're figuring it out, it can take a while. It was already getting on my nerve, actually. But thankfully, we have gotten rid of that, and now we need to do the beacon, which was something that a lot of players despise as well. And you might see why in a moment, because I don't remember how to get to the top of this beacon. But since it is structurally damaged, you need to climb this from the outside. Where's the beacon? Okay. And it can be tricky. It was for some players. Well, let me refresh my memory. You climb this? No? I know. You cannot climb that. Not yet. So you need to come over here. Here you have these platforms. And I think this is one of the very few instances in which having forced march can actually be hindering. Because you will fly across, and not hit the landing. These are really precise jumps that you need to do to be able to make it to the top. So running boosts are not helpful in here. No, 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 don't fall. Okay. Wasn't that bad. No! Oh, Christ. Okay, round 2. So once again, when you know how to do it, when you have practice in it, it's not difficult. But when you need to figure out a strategy, that's when it gets tricky. Back in the day, when this quest came up in the rotation, you could see captains advertising being on top of the beacon and summoning people there, either for free or charging something. Because there were many people who really didn't have the patience or the time or the drive to do this on their own. Now, where is it? Okay. Is this one in here? You need to walk across this beam so that you can step on this platform and then on this other one. And here you have the stairs to continue your way across this. Oh, thank you. I even read about some players getting like vertigo And I can see why now. Because looking down with high graphics is definitely not the same as doing it with low graphics as I had before. And it can be difficult, but okay, here we are. You have reached the top of the beacon. The timbers all the way up appear secure, solid, and undamaged. And the way down is definitely easier than the way up. But yeah, these two quests were the bane of a lot of players back in the day.
What brings you to these lands?
They will need more arrows soon, but I believe they are well stocked to fend off the next assault.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
The timbers of the beacon are solid and safe. That pleases me. We are under heavy assault almost daily, and I expect we will need to check it again soon. Awesome, we have completed 8 in the Entwash Vale, we got 25 more tokens. Another rune. Let us grab that. Did completed, there we have it. 2 out of 4. But this is still not the end of the Entwash Vale because we still have one more thing to do. We need to discover the fog water in Fangorn. Not exactly the Entwash Vale, but this is the closest we will get. So we can at long last complete the Explorer deed for the Eaves of Fangorn. So yeah, I'll be back with you closer to Fangorn's entrance, not sure exactly where, but I will be back with you and we'll discover the fog water. I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so I think Eomer's Vengeance is a great place to track our way back into Fangorn and discover the fog water. So yeah, let us get under the Eaves of Fangorn once again and complete this. And hopefully figure out how exactly did I miss this. Because I have no idea how something like this was possible. Especially because it wasn't that hard to find. So we're gonna get deeper into Fangorn and try to avoid some of the enemies, as usual. Yep. Kinda dark, I didn't see that tree. Let us see, shouldn't be far away now. But yeah, let us try to avoid some of those horns. So it seems you were supposed to find this as you were gathering the berries for the antidote, trying to create the antidote for the Rohirrim rider, and also defeating the horns. Yeah, discover the fog water. He completed Eaves of Fangorn exploration, a new title, Explorer of Fangorn. Confidence is now capped. And, well, we are now working towards Valor, so let us check this in here. Explorer, Eaves of Fangorn exploration, this one. 5 LOTRO points, the Virtue XP, the title. You have explored nearly every tree, stone, pond, acorn, and ant in Fangorn. Finally. Confidence, which was capped. Valor, which is almost capped. And after that, we can finally start working on some of our secondary virtues, which will be really nice. These LOTRO points in here. And yeah, the fog water seems it was really close to those quests for the antidote and the vicious horns and everything. Like, this was the hill. If I'm not mistaken, where we got all those quests. So it really was just a matter of missing a few steps to the north, exploring a little bit there, looking for horns, as I focused especially on this south area to complete all those quests. So that was what stopped us from completing that deed before, but now we have. And that's it for the exploration of the Eaves of Fangorn. So that was it for the exploration of the Eaves of Fangorn and the quests of the Entwash Vale. And this is it as well for this episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.